10 days ago, we started tracking this weather system, and we're tracking it all night long on the patio with a new graphic system.
I'm outside showing you just how much snow has fallen so far and talking about how difficult the snow may be to shovel off.
I'm Catherine Merck, keeping track of the latest road conditions.
I'm Maddie Himes here in Beloit as we monitor the snowfall in Rock County and talk to officials about what makes a winter weather emergency.
I'm Jalen Banks, and I'm at the Dane County Regional Airport tracking how the airport is dealing with this winter storm.
I'm Eric Franke in downtown Madison at the corner of State and Mifflin, where we continue to monitor Madison's response to the first major snowstorm of the season. Complete coverage coming up at 6.
A blast of winter weather today, dumping several inches of snow in southern Wisconsin. You're taking a live look of the roads as commuters make their way home through blizzard-like conditions. Good evening to all of you, and thank you for joining us tonight. Right now, the city of Madison, as well as most of the southern part of the state, are under a snow emergency. This is a system we have been tracking for a while now. Tonight, we continue our team coverage, bringing you all aspects of this Tuesday snowstorm. Let's begin outside on the weather patio with meteorologist Alex Harrington for the latest on this system. Alex?
Yeah, Charlotte, indeed. 10 days ago, the First Warn Weather Team was starting to alert folks of this weather system, and it has verified. Let's take a quick check at our snowfall totals out here. They've been adding up consistently at about 7 to 8 inches here at the studio in a couple different spots. Ideally, you do it spread out a little bit more than that, but 7 to 8 inches is what we have out here, and it's that heavy, wet variety. And folks, we were mentioning too, we're going to debut a new graphic system here. This way we can be out on the patio and do everything out on the patio, all weather, all the time, out in the elements here. We will keep that alert day conditions going through tonight. Conditions will start to improve as we go on into your Wednesday morning as the winds die down, which really have been ramping up here across southern Wisconsin. We've had gusts up to 35 miles per hour. We actually have a tree down here in the studio. We have some reports of power outages across southern Wisconsin too. Then first heads up, 1 to 2 inches of snow expected as we go into your Wednesday night, into your Thursday morning. That could slicken up that Thursday morning commute. Let's take a look at Doppler track. Looks like one more band is trying to develop here over portions of Dane County, and I know I can verify that because the clip out here is increased just a little bit in its intensity. Not as intense as it was earlier this afternoon, but enough of a clip there that if you got to be out driving, folks, I would advise you to keep it slow, and if you don't have to go out, don't go out at all. Just enjoy the evening, fireplace, watch the snowfall here. Winter storm warning in effect until 3 a.m. here for south central Wisconsin, 6 a.m. for southwestern Wisconsin. And heads up, coming up in Maine weather, we're going to talk about alert day number 2. This is for another winter storm for Thursday night, going on into Friday, going on into your Saturday, and we have more alert days after that coming up in Maine weather. So definitely want to join me for that, folks, because we got a lot more wintry conditions to cover.
Alex, thank you. Well, now that the city of Madison is under a snow emergency, those with vehicles parked in the city will need to be aware of where to park. For more on this, let's go live to Eric Franke in downtown Madison. Eric, how are things looking there around Capitol Square?
You know, it's not too bad. I mean, we've got the streets workers doing their thing here, clearing off sidewalks, clearing off roads occasionally. Nice quiet night down here on the state Capitol Square. Most of the folks down here have heeded the warnings, stay inside, stay out of folks' way. I've seen the occasional jogger down here, and that's okay as well, just if you do so safely. That snow emergency, parking always a challenge in downtown Madison, even more so during a snow emergency. So the rules change a bit. Some reminders, those who live in those snow emergency zones, park on the even numbered side of the street on even numbered day. So that's 1 o'clock in the morning. Several hours from now, it'll be the 10th. So from 1 to 7 on the even numbered, the opposite is true on those odd numbered days. So the next couple of nights, you want to adhere to those rules. Cars need to be parked on the odd number houses side of the street if you do have to park on the streets on those odd numbered days. Also important to note, Madison does increase the fines for violating those rules up to $60 during snow emergencies. And of course, if you end up getting towed, that costs even more. We do want to pass along, if you want to park in a city garage, it's free to do so from 9 o'clock tonight until 7 in the morning, though you may have to pay if you're there outside of those hours. So adhere to those rules. Now, what it looks like up here, as our meteorologist had said, might be a little different down near the state line. For more on what's happening down in Rock County, let's go to Maddie Himes. She was down in Beloit tonight. Maddie?
Yeah, I'm here in downtown Beloit where the snow is pretty wet, feeling a little bit more like rain at some times. We aren't seeing too much accumulation, but we definitely are seeing that slush buildup, making the roads behind me pretty slippery. Obviously, it's pretty windy as well. Earlier today, I spoke with Beloit Deputy Public Works Director Brian Peterson. He said several factors go into declaring a winter weather emergency, like duration, accumulation, road temperatures, and iciness. Tonight's storm checked all the boxes. When I asked him about the snow plows, Peterson had one simple message to residents.
If you do have to leave, please take your time. The trucks are out there not to inconvenience you, but to keep you safe.
Peterson told me the plowers are the true heroes of the storm. They've been out since 2 a.m. this morning and will be in action until at least tomorrow afternoon. Officials recommend staying home in this weather, but for those who had travel planned, our Jalen Banks caught up with them at the airport. Jalen?
Maddie, I hope everything's good down there in Rock County. As of right now at the Dane County Regional Airport, there are 12 flights that are delayed between arrivals and departures. I counted that about 7 of them are delayed by 90 or more minutes. I caught up with the Dane County Regional Airport and some of their directors this afternoon, and they said that, you know, with the constant snowfall, that their crews are essentially on a 24/7 or 24-hour operation in terms of keeping cab lanes and tarmacs cleared. And they said that one of the things about the airport is with it being smaller, that helps their operation and gives them an advantage.
Fortunately, here in Madison, because we're a smaller airport, our size actually works to our advantage. We're able to clear the runways in between arrivals and departures, and there's really no disruption to travel from Madison. Now, that is to say, your plane that's coming into Madison or wherever you're going from Madison might be experiencing delays, and we see that in the boards. There are departure and arrival delays.
We'll continue to keep you updated here at the Dane County Regional Airport throughout this evening. Reporting at the Dane County Regional Airport, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now. Now back to Eric Franke in downtown Madison.
All right, Jalen, Maddie, thank you very much for your work today. And you know, we've seen down here throughout the day, we've seen the plows come through occasionally. The buses continue to run. Metro reminds folks that if they do need to use the buses to be patient, they may be running a little bit behind. There haven't been a ton of people on the buses, most people adhering to the warnings to stay home tonight. And that is really the best advice. You saw those folks dealing with delays out at the airport or those that need to travel for work or whatever. If you can stay home, do so. Let the folks both in Madison and throughout the area do their job tonight and clear these roads and get folks ready to resume life as usual tomorrow before we get that other blast of snow and the cold weather to follow in the days ahead. But reporting live downtown Madison, Eric Franke. Let's go back to Charlotte in the warm, cozy, very comfortable studio. Charlotte?
Eric, thank you very much. Come on back now. Well, we are getting reports about hundreds of power outages in Dane and Greene counties. Now, according to Sun Prairie Utilities, there are more than 800 outages in the area. Near Verona, Alliant is reporting 326 outages and more than 800 outages in Greene County. Well, for the latest on this storm, make sure you have our First Warn weather app. With it, you will have the latest radar and traffic conditions, and you can also find up-to-the-date closings on there as well. The app is free in your phone's app store. All you have to do is just search WISC weather. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, our extensive weather coverage continues. When we come back, we'll take a look at how road conditions are and how they've already played a deadly impact today.